Well, hello everyone and welcome in to a very special night here on the Six Screens Telenetwork. My name is Rick Farron and I am coming to you from the apostate capital of the world right up here in Boston. And boy, we are so glad to see so many people coming in tonight. I mean, people are kind of laying loose tonight. It's day before Christmas, actually 2 days before Christmas. And people in the Watchtower, of course, they're probably listening in. They're not really getting into the Christmas spirit. But we have a lot of former Jehovah's Witnesses, too, that listen into the program. Some celebrate Christmas, some don't, whatever your position is. We certainly understand that. But anyways, we're so happy that we see really monumental changes taking place in the Watchtower. It's just absolutely crazy to see all this happening. But right off the bat, I wanted to talk about the convention. We are going to have a convention. The Six Screens Network is actually going to host a convention up here in the Boston area, and it's going to be in 2025. And it's going to be quite the convention. The theme of the convention is Still Alive in 2025. So that's something that we do look forward to. And we're still trying to get the dates. The dates right now, but don't go booking any holiday, any rooms at any hotels or anything. But we're dealing with the Hilton. We're dealing with the Hilton in Tewksbury, Massachusetts. And they're trying to work some really good deals for us. It's hard for them to book out as far in advance. We're talking, like a year and a half before this even takes place. So they're having some issues dealing out a year and a half in advance. But it looks like they did mention to me that August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, the first of 3 days in August, is when we're trying to have the convention. So it's kind of just mark it down, but don't book anything yet. And we're trying to get you the best rates as possible. I've already been told that we can get 20% off. But friends, this will be an excellent opportunity if you want to come up to Boston. Maybe there hasn't been, maybe you've never been here before, but this is really something to see. If you bring your family up, it's very historical. You'll see the architecture is different. This is where the Revolutionary War started. So there's a lot here. The Boston Tea Party, and plus we got the ocean, we got Cape Cod, we've got the mountains of New Hampshire and Vermont. So, it's a great place, a beautiful place to spend the vacation. And the kids are welcome too. So we look forward to meeting so many people. I have to tell you, we have had so many people. I've had about 30 people already that want to come, and they want to be here. They want to come for the Still Alive in 25 convention. So if you possibly can make it, my goodness, do yourself a favor. Come and meet so many people that have been touched by the tentacles of the Watchtower, as we say. Another thing I want to mention now, there are some that won't be able to come. Now, we're going to be very transparent about this. We are working on our Six Screens website right now. It's under construction. We got a bunch of the archive calls up and a few other things. And we're going to put convention information up there as well when we get it. But we're revamping our whole website. But just for the record, if there's anybody out there that says, well, gee, I can't come, but I'd like to help somebody who might not have the funds to come, you can do that, and I'll be very transparent about it. And I'll say, okay, I won't use your name if you don't want it, but I'll say that we have, extra money here to help some of the people that might be going through a tough time right now that would like to come. So if you want to go into the Six Screens of the Watchtower.com and scroll down the bottom, you could donate to the convention. And every week I'll let people know. I'll be very transparent about it, that this is money that's going to be able to help people and get them here to be with us for the convention. So we're all looking forward to that. So anyways, I wanted to tell you also about the duck. We do have a duck. You see that duck over my head? When you hear, in other words, we have a secret word. We have 3 secret words tonight, and they're Jehovah's Witness terms or words. And if you say one of the secret words tonight, that duck will come down and give you $20. So if you hear this, If you hear that little duck sound, that duck will come down and give you $20. So we're looking forward to that duck. I want the duck to come down. He hasn't come down for 2 weeks. I want him to come down. It's a lot of fun when he does. So anyway, so you know the biggest. Now we have the Christmas party. That'll be up. We're going to have an abbreviated edition of the news. But I want you to know that there's a lot that went on this week. And one of the biggest things that was brought up, of course, is the beards. Now, this is something that's really going to create monumental issues for the Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, they are seriously using, now get a load of this, folks. The Watchtower is seriously using the latest beard policy as proof that the light is getting brighter and the organizational chariot is moving forward. Do you buy that? Well, I'm going to show you something right here. I got a new segment that we're going to play here on the 6 screens. We have what they call little vomit. I'll hold that up. That's little vomit. And then we have big vomit. Well, here it is right here. It came off there. But here it is right here. That's big vomit. Look at that. See that? That's big vomit. So what we've got is when I'm going to bring stories up here and they're really deserving a big vomit, the big vomit's going to show up. And tonight, I'm going to have that big vomit show up because I'll have to tell you this. If the witnesses are saying that the light is getting brighter and now Jehovah God is allowing for the new policy on beards, and they're saying that they're talking in the congregation, that this is proof that the light is getting brighter and brighter. And they said, well, Russell had a beard and it was allowed back then. And then the organization decided that brothers should be clean shaven. And now they are saying it's okay to have a beard again. I mean, do you believe the witnesses are just eating that right up and going, oh, that's wonderful. This is just new light. Then what I've been finding too is the midweek meeting. I don't know if you folks have been staying up to date with what's going on behind the curtains, but the midweek meeting, which was held on December 19th on this information that one person gave me about his Kingdom Hall, they made announcements. They actually, now think of this, 3 announcements in 5 days were mentioned in the Jehovah's Witness world about the beards. And they really are pressing this issue that they changed and beards are now allowed. Now, how many times were there announcements made about Anthony Morris and the governing body member who no longer is a member? How many times? They made one mention of it and he disappeared and that was it. Then they took it down off the website. But just this week alone, 3 mentions. The witnesses heard 3 announcements made about beards. Now think about it. That's when's the last time that you ever heard anything like that? Usually they make one announcement, maybe on their website, that maybe they might say at the Kingdom Hall. But to have 3 announcements, the organization really wants the people to know that they now are accepting beards. And they know that a lot of people, that they really realize, in fact, even Stephen Lett in that talk he had, he was telling people ahead of time that it was going to cause divisions in the congregation. And so the Watchtower knows there's going to be a lot of people who have issues about this new line of thinking concerning beards. So how many announcements do you remember were made with any change? Well, let's go with this. No, we reported right here on JW World News just a month and a half ago, 6 weeks ago, that there was a change in the reporting of time and that the witnesses no longer had to report time. We only heard one announcement about that. So that doesn't seem to be as big as even the beard announcements. And how many times were announcements in the Kingdom Hall we heard about Tony Morris? None, like I said, 0. I mean, they'd mentioned it once on the website and that was it, forget about it. So I'm wondering, and you must be wondering too, folks, Why are beards so much more news, and why are they so newsworthy? Why are these announcements so taken to the nth degree with the Watchtower? Well, I tell you what, I'm just sitting back. I'm trying to think. Sometimes it's hard to think, especially when you're trying to think about changes in the Watchtower. But what I'm thinking here, I'm personally beginning to think that there are more problems in the organization than all of us here on our little YouTube channel are thinking. How many people have lost privileges or couldn't have any privileges for decades if they had any type of facial hair? Well, you're probably one of them. You're probably one of them. That maybe you, for decades, had privileges taken away from you. Maybe you couldn't give a talk. Maybe you couldn't comment at the Watchtower study. And you had privilege taken away from you because you wanted a certain type of facial hair. So, how is the Watchtower going to deal with all of these men that are going to say to the Watchtower, see, I told you I was right all along. There's no scriptural evidence for this. And I want you to realize that, I've been hurt. I was constantly told that I had a bad attitude. That is a person with facial hair. He was constantly told that he had a bad attitude because he grew facial hair. So there's no apology, no governing body member, no circuit overseer, no official of the Watchtower is going to give an apology or even an explanation on why they were treated so badly because they wanted some facial hair. Now, they're being told they were wrong if they wanted to have a beard. Now, that's exactly what Stephen Lett was saying in that speech he gave on live streaming. He told the brothers who were wanting to have a beard that they were wrong because they wanted to have a beard. But what type of a message is that send? Now they're so told, were those brothers really wrong because they wanted to have a beard, or were they right? So these are questions that you have to ask. There's no scriptural reason the Watchtower can give for preventing a man from having a beard. Now, if a man who had wanted to grow a face on his hair, he'd be upset right now. If I was a man and I wanted to have a beard in the Watchtower, and for many years I didn't have one, you'd be upset, wouldn't you? Well, that's exactly what many brothers are feeling right now. In fact, I'll tell you what, it's enough. The Watchtower, according to Stephen Lett, he was saying it even could cause divisions in the congregation. There's going to be a lot of men that are going to blow their gasket. They're going to say, hey, wait a minute. I was right all along. And what's their mates going to say? Their mates are going to say, my goodness gracious, geez, honey, I guess you were right. But then there's going to be steadfasters, or people who've been in for a long time. They're going to go, hey, I'm not going to go along with this change, and I'm not going to buy the circuit overseer shows up here with a beard either. If that happens, I'm out of here. There is going to be monumental problems, no doubt about it. So why do you think there have been so many announcements made? I just want you to stop and think. I see people writing on here, and there's all kinds of thoughts they have. Why do you think that there have been so many announcements made concerning the beard? I think, folks, that the Jehovah's Witnesses, I think this is over the moon. I don't see why it's getting all this attention. Well, why is the Jehovah's Witness organization so excited about the beards? They weren't excited, like I said earlier, about the field service time being taken away. You don't have to report time. Jehovah's Witnesses, they would hate field service. And I guess it's because they would just fudge the numbers anyways. They probably were never really telling the truth. So that didn't really bother the witnesses. But what's bothering the witnesses is this idea of beards, facial hair. And now we can have them? Well, they swept Tony under the rug. Tony Morris, they swept him under the rug. Maybe they just said, well, he was a troublemaker and he probably would have disagreed with many of these changes anyways. And I think there's a lot more changes to come, friends. I really, really do. Watchtower right now is bleeding. They are hemorrhaging. And they got to slow this down. They can't be losing the amount of people that they're losing. The majority of Jehovah's Witnesses are aging. They're getting old. They're dying off. And the kids don't want anything to do with the Watchtower. They don't want anything to do with it. So I think right now what the Watchtower is trying to do is make as many changes before there is no one left. They're hemorrhaging. Could it be? I'm just thinking out loud. I know all of you folks are thinking out loud too. Could it be to make a distraction, to create some type of a distraction from Pennsylvania and the 14 brothers arrested for using the congregation for access to sexual abuse in children? Could that be it? A number of people have written me and said, Rick, that's what it's all about. I'm going to tell you what I think, but don't take it to the bank and cash it. But we had a man last Saturday night, and boy, he sounded really sharp, really, really sharp. And he came on the program. He says, Rick, I'm telling you the reason why the Jehovah's Witness organization is allowing beards, why they're starting to cut loose on some of these policies concerning reporting time. Also, this idea of repenting in the very last hour before Armageddon. So we got three pretty big changes. So this man last night and last week, he said, Rick, I know why this is happening. He said it has to do with Ramapo. Now, I never thought of this. I thought this was a good explanation, and it could be. He said, Rick, they want to build Ramapo. They want to become televangelists. They know that's where the money is. And how are you going to, now listen, this Ramapo construction of this, I think it's 1.5 million square feet, figures have been floating around out there close to $500 million. Figures up to $500 million have been floating around. And, that's a lot of money. And maybe they're not getting the donations. Maybe they're not getting new recruits coming in to be able to give them the money to build their tele-evangelizing studios up in Ramapo. So what I'm thinking of this man last week, like I say, he said, no, what they're doing, he says they have to let men grow beards. Who wants to become, and think about it, if you're going to be a tele-evangelizing network and you're going to be trying to recruit people, who's going to want to become a Jehovah's Witness if a man can't grow a beard, if the women are treated the way they are? Who would want to do that? Go ahead, you run with us. What do you have to say? Go ahead.
Hey, Rick. This is GG. Hey, I was going to tell you, the answer is in that, remember that, those words, you can't put new wine in old wineskins?
Yes.
You can't have a new religion with old wine. So you got to get rid of the old to bring in the new. And so you put those words with what you're talking about, Ramapo, it makes perfect sense. You need new wine to have a new religion, new wineskins. The two cannot, we're not, you and I can't be part of the new religion because we're old wine. Something has to give, is what I'm saying. All of these changes are by design, and something has to give. So I just believe what you're saying is true about Ramapo, but it's a new religion, and all of the old people or anybody who is putting any kind of restriction, they all have to go. And I would rather have 1 million Jehovah's Witnesses, if I were a leader of the religion, 1 million people donating $20, $30, $40, $50 a month using jw.org website, like you just talked about, a 700 club type religion. I'd rather have 1 million people giving me monthly donations every month that I could bank on than, I hate to use the word, 7 million freeloaders. I mean, I don't want to be in charge of a religion of freeloaders. I want my monthly paycheck.
Can I comment here? Can I come
Yeah,
in here?
but you should wait, because when Rick
Okay,
says
I'm gonna
come
wait
on in,
because
that makes Rick look good like a
Go.
host. Yeah, so that's what you guys want to do when you call in the Rick Farron show. You want to make Rick look really good by letting him call you in. Then he looks
Rick
like a
is
true
really
professional.
Good. He's having an incredible
Yeah.
interest.
I'll let you go.
It's like
I'll
the
let you
best
go.
he's done in a year.
I had-
I'm inspired by beards.
And I did that because I was poking fun at King and Dot, guys, so it wasn't
Well,
personal.
I love you, Gifford. You're one of my
I know.
people. I just wanted to say, but I know I had to take issue with Rick because, in my experience, less is more in Watchtower. They might be, like Gilbert's saying, distilling it down to 1 million people, because the beard issue is going to cause so much strife. Like you even mentioned, Rick, they're going to say, hey, well, I told you I didn't have a beard for years. I told you there was nothing wrong with it. This is a catastrophe. And I'm going to be brief here. I always am. I went to my mother's funeral Tuesday, and my brother Randy was there. He's an elder. And I decided, what was I going to say to my brother Randy? So I decided I'd ask him, hey, where's your beard? And he says, I don't have a beard. I said, well, you're allowed to wear one now. And he says, we've always been allowed to wear one. That's what he said to me. And I started laughing and pointed out, hey, good one. We've always, you see how much confusion is going to go on in the organization? That's why they have to keep repeating it. No, this is going to destroy the organization and distill it down to those 1 million people who will donate $100 a month. That's my comment. Thank you, Gilbert, and thank you. What show is this? Oh, I'm sorry, forgot.
Well, anyway, with King of Dots, I mean, that's I always love to hear from you. Thank you, and thank you, Gilbert, too. So it could be all about Ramapo. They're not going to get recruits if they have to report time. They're not going to get recruits if they can't wear a beard. They got to get away from this condemnation attitude of everyone's going to die and Armageddon's going to wipe them out. So that's why they're kind of even backstepping on this idea of repentance, and you repent at the last minute. So they're getting away from all of this. They need new recruits. But I'm going to tell you one thing I noticed, and I Stephen Lett was not correct. Stephen Lett, when he did the streaming there on the 15th of the month of December, saying you can now have a beard, he wasn't totally correct. He said that this is now the accepted fashion. He didn't use the word fashion, but he used it. Beards now are accepted. Modern society understands it. But I did a little research on this, and I have to tell you really that beards, now if you follow through with me on this, beards and the preaching work, they really don't go well together. It could be like oil and water. There could be huge problems. Many people, now, as much as Watchtower was saying, well, beards are really accepted, many people hold prejudice against beards. Did you know that? Yeah, some people, oh my goodness, it's like they're prejudiced. It's no, we don't like men with beards. I'm not saying that, but that's what some people say. Now, I did some research. I found out that fewer than 5% of the members in Congress in the United States have beards. Fewer than 5%. So, it's not accepted in the halls of justice, so to speak. No. And also, I read this article where they would advise people, if they were going in for a job interview, to shave ahead of time. Don't go in with facial hair. So it's really not, as Watchtower was saying, it's really not universally accepted. Now, I have to tell you, there are some guys that really look good with a beard. They really do. They have the face for it, and everything looks good with a beard. I don't look that good with a beard. I don't. So I never really grew one. But there's guys out there do, so I don't look at it as a bad thing. But, I got thinking, too, in this article I was reading, now, how many times have beards been used by CEOs to sell products? You see people come on TV. Lately, you see men with more beards, but they still, if they're trying to sell something, like on some of these infomercials and what have you, they don't come on with a beard. So I just got thinking. I'm just thinking out loud. I want you to put your thinking cap on here and think about how serious it could be for a man going door to door with a beard. Now, think about this. You see a bunch of bearded guys walking around the rich neighborhoods, knocking on doors with goatees, patchy beards, or even maybe a full beard. They might look like LeBron James or the Duck Dynasty people. This is going to be a huge, huge problem. They could get away with it before because everybody looked non-threatening. Really, a man with a beard, I'm not going to say they all look sinister. I would never make that statement, but some do. Some do. Now, who's going to want to open their door or even study with someone with a Duck Dynasty beard or a full beard, maybe like LeBron James? And I'll tell you what, my brother-in-law, he tried to get a job in Disney World back in the 1980s. And he wanted to work there so badly. He lived in Florida, but they told him no mustache and no beard. Now, I look up just recently, does Disney hire people now with facial hair? So beginning in February of 2019, the Disney studios in Florida and California, they now allow for facial hair, including beards, goateed, and well-maintained mustaches, as long as they are shorter than a quarter of an inch. Now, bear in mind, when Stephen Lett gave that beard speech, that narrative of his, he didn't say anything about well-groomed beard. Maybe he's implied it somehow. But boy, they're going to really have to keep a close eye on what a brother does to trim his beard. I'm just thinking, you've heard the term Karen, sacred Karens. It's like a busybody woman. They call them Karens today. Well, I'm going to just use her as an example. Suppose you got a sacred Karen who is, looking out the window as the witnesses are walking around the neighborhood. And, she sees, a couple of men coming to her door or walking around the neighborhood with beards. She's probably going to call the police on them every time. The public is not used to seeing Jehovah's Witnesses with a beard. They're used to seeing Jehovah's Witnesses clean shaven. It was part of their genre. It was part of the way they did business. They look good. They look clean. They look like I can talk to this guy. He's not going to get attack me. So I'm just thinking out loud. The Jehovah's Witness, the people at the doors, they have no idea if they see Jehovah's Witnesses with beards. They have no idea the witness world change. But, people are going to think that these people with these Duck Dynasty and long beards and unkept beards, they're probably going to steal packages or break into people's homes. That's the first thing people probably would think. I mean, maybe I'm jumping to conclusions here, but that's a possibility. This seems like a recipe for disaster. I think it could really, really backfire. Really, when you stop and think about it, it got way more attention than even you don't have to report time anymore. That really boggles me. Really, really boggles me. So they gave the brothers a gift. The brothers who want facial hair now have a gift. So what about the sisters? What gift does a sister get? The brothers now, well, I can have facial hair. What are they going to give the sister? They got to throw a bone or something at the sisters. You just can't leave them out of the ball. But because I'll tell you what, sisters make up the biggest demographic in the Jehovah's Witness religion. Did you know that? Yeah, there are way more sisters than there are men. Now, I'm going to tell you, some people have been writing me and giving me information. I'm going to tell you what I think could be next coming for the sisters. Maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't. But I'm going to throw it on the table. There's a lot of sisters right now who are really upset. There's not enough men to go around. There are way more sisters than there are brothers in the Jehovah's Witness religion. So some of the young sisters, there's nobody there. They want to get married. They want to have a normal life. So the sisters, there's not enough men. So I'm just thinking out loud. That maybe they're going to allow sisters to marry worldly guys, unbelievers. Could that be next? What do you think? You're on with us. Go ahead. Area code 714. You want to say something? 714?
Hi, Rick. It's Nadine.
Hi, Nadine.
Hi. I just wanted to let you know that I'll make a couple comments. A friend of mine, her dad's an elder, and they all went to dinner last week. And her dad said, well, gosh, can you believe we don't have to report time now? And now beards. And then he chuckled and went, huh, like he just really could not believe it. So that was a comment from an elder. And then I was going to say also about, you asked at the very beginning about, do you celebrate Christmas now? So yes, I do celebrate Christmas. And if it's good enough for Charles Russell, it's good enough for me. So that's why, I figure, hey, it's okay. I can celebrate Christmas because the founder, he was all about that. And other things too that aren't allowed now. And plus he had a beard. So, and then about the sisters with the boyfriends, I think that would be a very good idea because I know quite a few sisters, people in the hall, and they were married to unbelievers, and they had the best relationships. They had the best marriages, better than the ones that were witnesses, where both of them were witnesses. And I think it would be great because they, maybe their husbands or their wife would come in. So, but you're talking about sisters actually getting married. So I think that it would, be a great opportunity.
Well, you're absolutely right. Now, I'm just going to roll back and we're going to talk more about that sister situation. But I'm going to go back to the first comment you made about the man who's still a witness, and he went when he heard the changes. What do you read in that comment, Nadine? What are you extracting from that?
Okay, he's an elder, and I've known him all my life, and so I know him. And I just think that there must be so much going through his mind right now. Like, I don't think he can really believe all of this stuff, is what I think personally. And I think this whole beard thing is going to be doing a lot of damage. That's personally what I think. And it's going to cause divisions. And so there's different theories that they want to let young people have beards now, and because they're losing people. And then there's the Ramapo, theory. There's just a lot of theories that it's a distraction. So I think it could be like a mixed bag of all of that. It might just not be one theory. It could be several different things going on at the same time.
Well, Nadine, I like your comments. That they're very sensible. They're very, very sensible. Well, thank you very much. Well, thank you for sharing this with us. But there is a lot of explanations. We don't really know. You mentioned distractions because of all the other problems, but we don't really know. But the one thing that I am realizing about sisters, and this is actually a problem in the organization, that the sisters really, they're getting disgusted. There's thousands of depressed Jehovah's Witness sisters. They're drinking, some of them maybe a whole box of wine, like a gallon every night. And, they're getting in trouble at work. They're flirting with, guys at work because this is a natural thing. A sister would like to be able to get married and find a man and have some children, but they're not finding them in the organization. They're losing so many sisters. In fact, from information coming in here to the 6 screens, they're losing so many sisters because they can't find a husband. Yes.
Right. And I think the worldly men are actually nicer in the long run, from what I have found. So I think they grow up better. Like, they're not, I don't know, like, the man has to be the head of the household and he says all the rules. And I think men that are brought up that are non-Jehovah's Witnesses and trained by a good, parents, a good mom, is like, you have to be respectful towards women, and all of that. And I think when they grow up in the organization, they're just taught that men rule everything, basically. And women have to be in subjection. So I think it's a good thing. And I know some sisters that were pioneers and they married non-believers, and they had good marriages, and they were still witnesses and pioneered.
Well, I have to tell you, I have to tell you, Nadine, my mother and father, my mother was a staunch, loyal witness. My father wasn't. He never accepted the Jehovah's Witness cult. And they had a perfect marriage, and they were able to live together like that. So I'm thinking out loud here that the Watchtower realizes that, if you can find a man that's not, I mean, totally worldly, I mean, he's not some big time drunk gambling, person, but I'm thinking in terms of, that sister could bring that man in and would
Right.
become a witness,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've known a couple of girls that did that, and they were ridiculed at first, and then their husbands came in and got baptized, and so I think it could work. And I mean, why not? They're loosening up on so many different things, so why not add that?
Yeah, well, just put yourself in the position of the governing body. But let's put yourself in that position, and you say, what is the biggest demographic of people in the organization? The biggest demographic, and I mean by numbers, there are more women than anything else. More women than kids, more women than men. So, you got to throw them something. You got to give them something. You just gave the brothers something. You got to give the sisters something. So, I mean, a lot of people are writing, I see on YouTube here, they're writing, well, maybe Rick, they're going to let women wear trousers, or not trousers, but slacks, maybe they're going to let them wear slacks. Maybe they'll let, because I mean, really, that's something I never got either. I never understood that. Geez, in the wintertime, women are freezing out there, especially up here in New England or the northern tier states. Women go out and they can't even put like leggings on or slacks on. They got to wear a dress and it gets cold. My wife's both experienced that. So, that happens. Well, thank you, Nadine. It's always good to hear from you. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll be back on later if I have anything.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have some fun. We're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to have a Christmas party after this. Everyone's invited, so don't you guys go anywhere. We're going to have some fun. We're going to play some games. We get some trivia questions. It's all going to be good. So that's coming up next right here on the Six Screens Telenetwork. So, okay, did someone else want to say something? You're on with us if you want to.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Farron.
Yes, my friend Ken.
Yeah, how you doing? And
Good.
well, nice talking to you and so forth. And I hope you and Mrs. Farron is doing well and so forth. And I just want to comment on everything cumulatively we had tonight here. For one thing, the Watchtower Society never followed the book on any of these rules and regulations. They made their own rules and regulations on beards, on the dress code, and on everything else. If you look in the Jewish Torah, or even the Roman Church writings and everything like that on that stuff, they always were going by the customs of the country. It wasn't that God had given them any rules and regulations on how to dress up like they portray it, but they're going by the customs of the country. Now, first, we've got long hair. Now we don't. First, we've got a lot of beards. Now we don't. Now we've got some shorter trim beards. Then we don't. We got clean and back and forth, customs of the country. Man-made rules and regulations, just like I've said all along and so forth. And so that's not going to get them anywhere. So, yeah, I believe the Watchtower Society is going to keep on relaxing their rules with the intention of tightening them up again if they start getting more new members. But for now, they're going to start relaxing their rules and all that because they can't keep the grip on the people they got right now. So,
well, Ken, that makes sense to me. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Ken from Michigan. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome, and we'll keep on listening, and we hopefully will tune into the party tonight.
Well, say the party, Ken, because we're going to have a lot of fun. That's coming up next. I wanted to mention
everything, but in the event I don't get back in again, I'll once again reiterate a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everybody. I know that the ex-witnesses kind of appreciate that, so I definitely will reiterate that again, and we'll keep listening.
Thank you, Ken. All right, go ahead.
Thanks, Ken.
Okay, who we got? Well, looks like we got, let's go with 519. Canadian, yes.
Canadian protester.
Yes.
So, you know, Jehovah's Witnesses say that they want to be separate from the world. They want to be set apart from the world. And yet now they want to be aligning themselves with what the government officials do in wearing their beards, et cetera, et cetera. You know, so if a government official smokes, is it okay to smoke? If a government official is a female and she wears clothing, is that now acceptable? Like, they're so hypocritical. It blows me away. It absolutely. And I'm going to say something about the sisters. I feel bad for them because there haven't been any assemblies all through COVID. Now there are, you know, assemblies, but they're sparse. How are teenagers, how are, you know, young adults who want to find a mate able to find anybody? Really?
Well, that Canadian, I never thought of that, but you know, this is this is not an odd thing. That's what young people do. Is they try to find a mate. That's the story of life. And then, you know, they had COVID. They didn't have assemblies or conventions, like you said. So some of these young women are left hanging. So they're desperate.
Oh, even the men.
And the men too, yes.
You know, even the men too. You know, and the children. The children don't have playmates. You know, all during COVID. You know, and then they're told, oh, you can't even be given a cupcake. You know, that's a birthday cupcake at school. But now the brothers can wear beards. You know, that's fine. Daddy can wear a beard, but you can't lick a cupcake.
Well, I mean, how do you make sense out of those? I always love to hear from you, Canadian protester. You're very direct and to the point. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, and I wanted to update everybody about, actually, it's my uncle who was living in a van. And he got his catheter out because he had some infection in his kidneys. So he got his catheter out on the 19th. The family have not reached out to him. As far as they're concerned, he's still in his van. The brothers still think he's in his van as well. And thankfully, he's found a shelter where he can stay. They've been very loving to him, cooking for him. You know, and I'm going to see him on Christmas Day and bring him. And there's two other homeless gentlemen at the shelter. One is a professor whose wife left him and took the house, took everything, so he's homeless. So, you know, homelessness isn't a dirty word. It's a circumstance. And with my uncle, you know, I asked the brothers. I called up the brothers and said, look, you know, and my uncle's in good standing, so he's not disfellowshipped, you know, nothing like that. He's not disfellowshipped. But because of COVID, he lost his business. His business was to do window tinting and graphic design on vehicles. And with COVID, it completely destroyed his business. So, you know, he had a hard time getting his feet back on the ground, you know, and family for a time did help him, but eventually they did some sleuthing thinking, oh, we think he's an alcoholic and, you know, he's a liar and all, and he's not. And you know, the funny thing is this, when I went to meet my uncle to deliver him a coat and some long johns, because he only has one set of clothing. Literally, that's all he's got. And a sleeping bag. And when I went and saw him, you know, he said, you know what, he won't talk badly about the witnesses, even though he's been mistreated. And, you know, when I talked to that brother, I said, well, look, did you guys talk about maybe allowing him to just get a warm place to stay, just, you know, even not forever, just for a couple of nights, you know, and because he's got a catheter in, can he stay there until he can get that out? It doesn't work like that. They said it's empty, but it's for the HLC, you know, if they ever need to come in or the, not the HLC, the construction brothers, I don't know, it was somebody, but it was empty. The apartment was freaking empty. And I just said, I don't understand why he can't go in if it's an empty apartment. He's in his van in the Kingdom Hall parking lot. And he parked there on his own accord. He wasn't given permission. He parked there on his own accord because he was afraid of parking on the street and getting a ticket. So he parked in the parking lot, and they didn't bring him a meal. They didn't bring him, warm clothing. They didn't do anything for him. And so anyway, I see him on the 25th, and I'll bring him some chocolates and some things. But it's extremely, extremely depressing for me.
Well, it is depressing. And listen, in fact, you say Uncle's a graphic designer and got involved in things like that. That's what I do here. I have a business here in Massachusetts. Where does your uncle? Can I ask you where he lives? Where is he?
Yeah, well, he lives in Canada, in Ontario. But the problem is he's going to be going on disability through the Canadian government because he's got so many problems with his kidneys that even if he was working up until COVID, still with some health issues, but he's pushing. He's going to be 64 soon, so he's still fairly young, but he's going to be on disability because of his health concerns. So, he's going to be able to get, he's applying for housing, and the shelter workers are really helping him out to get him into a place. But, why aren't the brothers helping him?
Well, they should be helping him, Canadian protesters. They should be helping him. My goodness, the poor man fell through the cracks, and anyone can
he doesn't. The cracks. He doesn't have a bad word to say about them.
Well, thank you for being kind and generous to him and helping him. Thank you, Canadian protesters.
Well, and I want to just do a shout out because there was a lovely person who offered a donation to him, and they sent it to me, and I was able to hand it to him and say, look. He goes, what's this? And I said, this is from the XJW Reddit group, from a stranger who heard about your situation and wanted to donate. And that was enough to pay for his gas. And I just want to say a thank you to the XJW community because you have that loving heart that shines so bright,
Good. Well, no doubt. I mean, your uncle fell through the cracks and he's getting some help. Thank you, Canadian protester. And if someone wants to get a hold of you and help, why don't you give your email?
Sure. I just don't want, here's the thing, go on Reddit. I just don't want anybody to identify me because.
Okay, well, I understand. I understand. Well, if someone out there wants to help, I think you're on my, I believe you have written me on JW.
Yes, but you know what? I'm going to say this much, that he has initiated so much through the shelter that he will be getting himself an apartment.
Get some help. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. Thank you, Canadian protester. Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Thank you so much. But you know what I found was crazy on Reddit? The one comment or topic was a brother said, "Oh well, now they won't be able to identify us when Armageddon comes because if we have beards, they won't be able to identify us." And I'm thinking, oh, okay. So will all of the bad people come and show up and maybe you'll start smoking so they don't identify you? Can we get tattoos so we look worldly? Like,
you can't make sense.
It's ridiculous.
You can't make sense out of nonsense. Well, thank you, Canadian protester. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, go ahead. We get 978. You're next. Go ahead, 978.
Yeah, thanks, Rick. A lot of people, Jehovah's Witnesses, believe that Jehovah's Holy Spirit directs this organization. Well, if that were true, then there would be a position that was unchangeable. Either witnesses could wear beards or they shouldn't wear beards. And that would be it. But they keep changing these policies left and right all the time. And it certainly makes, I think in JW, really scratch his head as to, is this really Jehovah's organization? Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dick. Always good to hear from Dick. We have got 540. 540, you're on with us. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Pixie.
I just wanted to wish everyone a wonderful holiday. I'm having a cool Yule, and I'm on my news sled. And I want to reinforce what the sister said, that any and all of the XJWs could be a great force if they would work in a soup kitchen or help at a food pantry this season, or take socks and underwear in a variety of sizes to the food pantries so that people that are in need can have that, and do as Jesus said, to help them, heal them, feed them, and clothe them.
Well, there are a lot of people, Pixie, falling through the cracks, but thank you for that comment. I really enjoy it. Thank you for coming on, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you too, Pixie. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'll tune in for the Christmas party.
Well, we got the Christmas party coming up here next in just about 10 minutes, so we're looking forward to that.
All right.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun. So anyways, I wanted to just say that I got an email yesterday from a woman who is from Spain, but she lives in America now. But she was telling me that the Kingdom Hall on December 20th, now that's just a few days ago, there was a bomb threat at the Kingdom Hall in Spain. Friends, I have been telling you for the last 6 months on this program that if you are going to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses, or you're still in that organization, send me an invitation to your funeral. It's that bad. It's that bad. Now, what happened in Spain on the 20th of December, just a few days ago, really, is there was a meeting going on at the Kingdom Hall. And there was a business across the street from the Kingdom Hall, and someone sent them an email or a note saying that there was a bomb on the roof of the Kingdom Hall. And so anyways, the police came, they evacuated the Kingdom Hall. And I mean, I'm reading stories like this all the time. I don't even get into all of them. Friends, it's too dangerous to be one of Jehovah's Witnesses today. They have a lot of enemies. I would say that it's time to pack your bags. This is getting too doggone dangerous. That's my feelings on it. Well, I have to tell you, friends, we've been reporting on dangerous situations, people being shot out in service, people being stabbed out on service. Look at the German Kingdom Hall where numerous people have died. 9 people died at that German Kingdom Hall. We just had a Kingdom Hall bombed in India. I'm not just blowing wind here. I'm telling you that this is a dangerous thing. Jehovah's Witnesses are getting a very tarnished reputation. They've hurt so many people. People are beginning to retaliate. Now, I'm not saying do that. I would never encourage anyone to go bomb a Kingdom Hall. But it is just getting to the point that the people, the world is catching up on the Jehovah's Witnesses and how terrible, how wicked this organization is. So I just wanted to say that. So if you're a witness listening in tonight, I would say stop going to the meetings. You have got an organization that's twisted, it's warped, it's polluted, it's debased, it's infected. It's impaired. I don't know how many words I could use to describe how bad it is right now, but I would say start looking for the exit door at the Kingdom Hall. Well, I'm thinking what we could do here is get into our Christmas party. I mean, there's more news we could discuss, but I want to go into our Christmas party. We're going to lighten up a little bit. Here it is a couple of days before Christmas, and I think it's good that we could lighten up. So just give me a second here to change gears, and we can kind of get into our little Christmas party tonight. I think it'll be really good if we could do that. So let me take a look here and see what is going on behind the curtain to the Watchtower. Just give me a second here to refresh things. I want to bring up on our 6 Screens video suite. I'm just going to bring up our YouTube video so people can see it in there. So just give me a second to do that. We're going to play some games here tonight. I think you'll find them very fascinating. You're going to have some prizes. We've got some rules that you'll be playing by. I've got some really fun things we're going to do. So don't go anywhere. Hang in here with us, and you'll be able to you'll be able to see the things that I'm talking about here tonight. Well, let me just check a few things here. I want to put this up on the video suite so people can see it. We have a number of platforms that we go on here, folks, every Saturday night. And one of them is Six Screens Video Suite. And some of those people could go on YouTube and see this, but for some reason they don't. So we'll just let them do this. But it takes a little extra work here trying to get this up. So let me just do that right now. Just give us a second to do that. Boy, I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're having a Merry Christmas here tonight. I hope all good things are working for you. So let's let that go with that. All right, we're not going to get the Six Screens Video Suite up tonight. We're having some trouble with that. But anyways, let me just say this. We are going to have our Christmas party. Now, we've been doing this for 14 years. We have never, well, we've been doing our radio program in our live streaming for going on 20 years. But we've had a Christmas program. We kind of came up with that about 14, 15 years ago. And we do it every Christmas. We want to talk to you about Christmas and how you celebrate it and how it goes on when you left the Watchtower. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. It's not, and I know I have a hard time getting into it all, because the Watchtower so damaged us when it comes to Christmas. They made it very difficult for us to really even get into the spirit. And even after you leave it, even after you leave Christmas, it's still difficult. And so what I want to say right off the bat, though, if you would like to come on Six Screens live streaming and, come on for the first time, send me an email and then I will send you a link and I will bring you on so you can be on with us tonight. I think that would be great to see some of the people we never saw before here on the Six Screens. So why don't you give that a shot? I can send you a link and you can come on our live streaming tonight. We can take a look at you and you can tell us about how you celebrate Christmas or whatever. But just to begin with here, many of us, we have a hard time with Christmas. I don't really get too deep into it. The Watchtower left such a impression in my mind that, it's bad. I don't look at it as being bad today, but what do you do when someone dampens your spirit so much for 50 years? How can you get excited? But there are people that do get excited, and I'd love to hear from some of those people that do get excited. And they no longer, I see it on Reddit and some of the forums, people have, they put up, this is my first Christmas tree. This is my first Christmas. And it's very important to people. It's very, very important to people. And I would like to hear from you if there's anyone out there that celebrates Christmas now and they have a different feeling than when they were a witness. I mean, maybe an entirely different feeling. Well, go ahead. Come on, talk about it a little bit. We'd love to hear from you. So hit star 6 on your telephone pad and come on, say hello to us if you'd like to. Well, it's kind of a hard subject, I guess. Maybe some don't want to talk about it. But there's many that I know of, ex-witness friends of mine, that they don't really get into the holidays like they would like to because of the Watchtower. But the Watchtower actually celebrated Christmas. Did you know that? Yeah, the Watchtower celebrated Christmas. In fact, I'm going to show you a little clip here. Here's a picture of it right here. I want you to see it. Now, this here, that is a picture of the Bethel family in Brooklyn, New York, and they are celebrating Christmas. And they're opening presents. If you look on the table, you see Christmas wrappings. Now, they stopped celebrating Christmas back in 1926, and they got new light that no, it's a pagan holiday and we shouldn't celebrate it. But nonetheless, back in 1926, I should say, in 1926, they stopped celebrating Christmas. But there they are. There's a picture of them right there. So anyways, I thought you might find that fascinating. I know I'll put that picture up every year we do this. And it's just something to think about. How is it the Watchtower could celebrate Christmas at one point, and then now they don't celebrate it, and that anyone who would celebrate it, you'd be disfellowshipped. You would be disfellowshipped for celebrating Christmas. All right, well, let's take a look and see what else is going on here for our Christmas party. We're going to have some fun, as I say. We're going to have some games. We're going to have some trivia questions. And you can win some money. You can win some gift cards. But here's what I want you to do. Now, if you're going to win anything tonight, you have to send it to JW World News. You have to send me your email address and also your address, your physical address. Because if it's something I have to send to your physical address, but don't give another person's address. This happens to me all the time, and then people don't get it. And then where's my card? Where's my money? Whatever. So I need your email address, and I need your physical address as well, so that I can make sure that you get whatever I'm going to give you. Because we're going to have a lot of prizes we're going to give away tonight. So I would think, first of all, let's start out by saying, let me just take a look here. We got a lot of things we're going to go through tonight. So let's talk about let's talk about games. Well, let's play a game. I got some games here tonight we're going to play. Let me just get this picture off the screen so you can see it. Hold on 1 second. Get this picture off. And we're going to play some games here tonight. Now, what this game is I'm going to put some masks on. I have a number of masks here. And for those that are watching on YouTube and Facebook I'm going to have a hard time with because it's switching back and forth here. I'm on YouTube mostly. But what I'm going to do also is if you're on the telephone line and you're watching in YouTube, many people do that. They're on our telephone line. They're also watching on YouTube. So I'm going to put a mask on. And the first person that can really identify who it is that the mask is that I put on, you're going to win a prize. Okay, I'm going to give you a gift certificate. And I can't specifically tell you what that gift certificate will be. It'll be McDonald's or Burger King or Dunkin' Donuts, okay? Starbucks gift certificates are hard to come by, but they will be emailed to you. So let's just follow through here. I'm going to put a mask on. Then I want you to tell me who that mask is. And if you tell me the right answer, now I don't want anybody, I do not want anybody speaking up without me asking you first. If you speak up first without me giving you the zip code to come in on, then you're going to be disqualified. So I'm going to put a mask on, and I'll be watching the YouTube comments, and I'll be watching the telephone line as well. And we'll see if you guys can figure it out. So I'm going to put a mask on right now, and then I want you to tell me who this is. But it goes further than that. I want you also to say, well, that is such and such. And I want you to give a little narrative of who the person is. A little narrative, okay? So I hope this can come off really good. So let me put the mask on. Now, don't speak out of turn. I'm going to call you by your area code, or I'm going to look at the first person that comments on YouTube. So I'm going to put a mask on, and then you tell me who it is, okay? Let's put the mask on. All right. Who is this? Can someone tell me who this is? Now look closely. I'll give you some clues. Can someone tell me who that is? All right. Who does it look like to you? Serena Williams, no. It's not Serena Williams. Look very close. Well, let me tell you, nobody's answered it yet. Who is this? Who was the person with this mask? Who was that person? All right. Nobody's got, okay, right there, Stephen. Let's hold on. Let Stephen hold on. I think Stephen's the winner. It's Hillary Clinton. It's Hillary Clinton. Yes, you're right, Stephen. It's Hillary Clinton. So you won the prize. Now you have to tell us though, Stephen. Write a little something about her. Can you tell us a little bit about Hillary Clinton? Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about Hillary Clinton? And then, give a little narrative. Who was Hillary Clinton? Let's just go with that, Stephen. Well, I guess Stephen doesn't want. Okay, I think she's one of the most corrupt politicians there is. Well, Stephen, you won a prize. Stephen, write me at JW World News, and you'll get a gift certificate to either Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King, or McDonald's. All right. So, okay, you got it. Very, very good. Well, I like what Jimmy Bell says. She murders people. Jimmy, really? I mean, really? Okay. Did Anonymous, we got a person on the line right now. Do you want to say something, Anonymous? Go ahead. Telephone line, you on with us? Anonymous, you want to say?
She's married to Bill Clinton.
All right. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. We do have a winner, though, protester. We do have a winner. So let's do this.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. All right. So
You're
anyway,
welcome.
yeah. So it was Hillary Clinton, and well, she was a politician. Okay. So you like this game so far? I've got more to go. She was a. I'm just going to read some of the comments now. Yeah. Go ahead. You're on with us. 312. Yes. Yes.
Hey, this is Stephen. It looks like Cheryl St. Germain gets it first before me. So give her the prize. Cheryl St. Germain.
Cheryl St. Germain? Was she first?
Yes, sir. She gets it first.
All right.
Yeah, Cheryl.
Okay. All right. Hold on. We're getting the feedback from YouTube. Okay, Cheryl, I guess, I'm trying to watch everything here with the mask on. It's very hard. Very, very hard. So, Cheryl, I guess you're the winner. I mean, I'm glad that
She's the winner.
I'm glad that a good friend Stefan, right? I'm glad that Stefan.
It is.
I'm glad that Stefan sees that he wasn't first. So, Cheryl, write me at JW World News. In fact, if Cheryl's on there, can she write a little something? Can she write a little narrative about what would you say, Cheryl, about Hillary Clinton? What is your little narrative on that? We'd love to hear what you have to say. Yes, me, but I want to give it to Debbie Moore, my present. Get her address. Well, we don't do that either. It's got to come to you. We don't change all of that. It's too confusing. Too confusing. So, Cheryl, if you want the gift, you got to write me at JW World News and give me a physical address as well if you want the gift. That's how we have to do it because I get in trouble. Rick, I never got it. So I have to get both physical address and your email. So, but thank you, Cheryl. But no, we can't swap them around like that. It's just too confusing. All right, we're going to put another mask on. Now, I want you to tell me who this is. All right, so the first person on YouTube, or if you're on a radio telephone network and you're watching it on YouTube as well, you can call in. But I want you to identify who this is and then a little, short phrase or narrative on all about it. So, okay, so here we go. Here is the next person. Let me take my glasses off. Let me put this on, and here we go. Who is this? Who is this? All right. Okay, it looks like Jimmy Bell. I think Jimmy Bell. I believe I believe Jimmy Bell is the one that got it here, unless someone can tell me different. But Jimmy, you've got to give me a little narrative here about Barack. All right. Jimmy, a little narrative. What does Jimmy say? What does Jimmy say? Let's see what Jimmy says. I want to see what Jimmy says about Barack. I mean, I'm just curious. You have to give it a little. That's part of the game here. That's part of the game. Then go back. So many people are calling in here. I think it was Jimmy that was first. I think it was some people. So I think Jimmy said it first. He is married to Big Mike. All right, Jimmy, I got that. I got Big Mike. All right, Jimmy, send me your, write me at JW World News. Give me email address and give me a physical address, and we'll get something out to you. Okay, you got a prize, so that'll be good. That will be good. All right, so I think Jimmy was first, unless somebody can tell me otherwise. Gee, somebody said Frank Sinatra, but I don't get that. Obama. Wait a minute now. We might have to take that prize away from Jimmy. It looks like there might be. Hold on one second. I'm going back here. There's so many people writing in here. It might be Jimmy. Maybe we have to take the prize from you. I think that Christy Kim. Is the winner. So we might have to take that prize. I'm sorry, Jimmy, but as I go back and I look at this, it looks like Chris. Yeah, Chris. Well, wait a minute. No, maybe not. Jimmy, are you willing to concede? It's no. In fact, it is Jimmy. You were right. Jimmy, you were right. So it's the prize still goes to Jimmy. We just had to look it out. All right. So we got the next one coming up. All right. So you have to tell me now who this is. So what I'll do is I'll give you some clues. And then you can kind of work with the clues. This one might be a little difficult, but if someone gets this one, I'm gonna give them a special prize. All right, they're gonna get something very special if they get this mask. Friends, this is our annual Christmas party. We're having some fun here tonight, so hang in here with us. We got a live singer coming on in a while. We got Angela, Dan Clark's wife, Angela Clark. She'll be on in just a while, singing a nice, beautiful song, Christmas song. So we're glad you're with us on a Christmas special tonight. Okay, so let me put another mask on here. Now I want you to tell me who this is. Now, this is a difficult one. I might have to give you some clues. Okay, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? So far, it's kind of hard to see through the mask here, but no one's really said it yet. I'll give you some clues. Who is this? It's a woman. It is a woman. It's a woman that, well, she's in the news quite a bit. I'll tell you right now that she's a senator. She's a senator. Who is this? She is a senator. Does anyone have any ideas who it is? Yep, she's a senator, and she's from the state of Massachusetts. Who is this? Who is this? Who could this be? Well, I'll give you her nickname. I still see that nobody has answered. Who is this? Well, take a shot at it. She's a senator. She's a senator from Massachusetts. Go ahead, you're on with us.
Yeah, maybe being an insider, a Massachusetts guy probably isn't fair, but that would be Hiawatha, otherwise known as Elizabeth.
It's Dick. Yeah, Pocahontas. It's Pocahontas. Yep, Pocahontas. Yep, that's who it is. Okay, Dick. Well, I guess you're the winner. I guess you're the winner.
I'm having a really nice day tonight.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not fair.
All right.
I'm from Massachusetts. Give it to somebody else.
All right. Well, that is indeed Elizabeth Warren. Yeah, there she is. I mean, as you can see, I look right at the camera. There she is. It's not too bad. You know, I got this mask because I kind of liked it. So there you go. So let's take this one off. Boy, it's kind of hot back here with these masks on. But anyways, you get the idea. So Dick is the winner there. And let me just double check here, see if anyone might have came in before Dick. I got to go back and check the YouTube. That's fine with me. Okay, Jimmy. Okay, so anyways, that was Pocahontas. Yes, that was Pocahontas. Elizabeth Warren. My goodness gracious. Yes, indeed. All right, so okay, so let's take a look here now. We got, okay. Boy, I tell you, so many people are writing in here tonight. We're having fun, aren't we? I'm having fun. I hope you guys are. Okay, let's take a look here. All right, now I want you to tell me. Got another mask here. Let's put this one on. Now, I want you to tell me who this is. All right. First one can tell me, and I want to hear a little narrative. I want you to not only tell me who the mask is, but I want to hear a narrative, and you'll get a prize. Okay, let me put this on. You tell me who it is. Okay, who's this? Can anyone tell me who this is? Who do you think? Got a little bald spot in the back of his head here. I mean, Does that help you? Who is this? Did anyone get it? Are you
President.
Are you watching on YouTube? Who is this mask? You can kind of, I think you can kind of tell by looking at it, maybe. Who is this guy? Oh, oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you what, he's old. He's an old man. Some say he's very confused. I mean, who could this be? I mean, I want you to guess it for me. Who would this be? I don't see anyone answered yet. Okay, hold on 1 second. I think we got a winner here. I think we got a winner. I think you can tell by the bald spot in the back of his head. Yep. All right. let's take the mask off. Okay, you got it. It's Biden. It's President Biden. But you have to give me a little narrative. You know, it's one thing just to say Biden, but I have to get a narrative. Okay, so let me see who the winner. So let me get the Well, I know a lot of people have a narrative on that, but we're gonna let that go. All right. So let's see what we got here. All right. Well, we did have one winner there. Who was it? Would you speak up? The one that said Biden. So many people here. Biden has no. I can't believe there's so many people writing in here. I'm having a hard time following all of this. So, would the person who wrote Biden, would you come on and just write it again? Say it was me. Just say it was me. I want to give this prize away. Biden. Okay, hold on 1 second. Okay, was that? Boy, I tell you, I can't tell who it was. If you were the one that wrote Biden first, hit it again. Let me know. Okay. Help me out here a little bit. I can't follow all of this. There's so many people dialing in here tonight. It's unbelievable. All right. So, okay. Well, I want to give a prize away. Was it you?
It's Love Wins.
Was it you, protester?
It was me. Love Wins.
All right. Well, send me. Now tell me about Biden.
Well, Biden has a son named Hunter, and I also said that he's married to a doctor.
He's married to a doctor.
And yes, his wife is a doctor. And he also has a stutter. That's why people think he sounds confused. But he actually suffers with a stutter, a speech impediment, and that can make him sound confused. So it's very interesting that a lot of people don't know that detail.
So are you Love Wins, protester?
I am.
All right. Well, you're the winner, according to what I'm glad I have some special umpires on here. They're checking it for me. So thank you, protester.
Okay, I will send you my info.
Send me the info. Give me your email and your mailing address, and we'll get something out to you. Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You too. Now, the reason why I say the mailing address too is we have other prizes too we send out. All right. Thank you.
Yes, that's wonderful. Thank you. I will. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. We got one more. To do here. Now, the first one who writes in the chat on YouTube, or the first one that is on our radio network and also listening into YouTube, the first one I hear from, you're going to win a prize. So let's take a look at this. Let me put this on. You tell me who this is.
Well, that's Donald Trump.
I think you got this one. I think this was pretty easy. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So get the mask on for the hot. Kind of tight to get on. But anyways, I think you guys got that one. Let me go back and see who that was. Let me go back. Now you have to give me. You got to tell me a little bit about it too. That's part of the game here. You know, that's part of the game. So let's see. All right. Hold on, boy. I tell you that one was an easy one. That one's an easy one. Let's see what you got here. All right. The first one looks like Chicago Phil. Chicago Phil. It was Trump. It actually was Trump. Chicago Phil. It looks like you're the winner. Send me your email. Send me your physical address, and I'll get you off. I'll get you off a prize. I'll get you off a nice Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's or Burger King prize, gift card. So go ahead and do that. Boy, a lot of people, they got the Donald Trump. Well, anyways, you're on the 6 screens of the Watchtower annual Christmas party. We got still lots to go here on the 6 screens, so stay with us. We're going to have very shortly Angela Clark come on and sing a song for us. But we're going to play some more games as well. In fact, I'm going to play a game right now. I'm going to hold this up. Now, you have to be on YouTube and to see it. I can't switch back and forth to the different I can't switch back and forth to different platforms we're on. But if you're on YouTube, you can participate. Okay, so I got a jar right here. And in this jar, there's Christmas candy. Well, who would like to take a guess on how many candies are in this jar? I'll wiggle around for you. There you go. There's Christmas candy in this jar. So how many Christmas candies are in this jar? Who wants to take a shot at it? Take a guess at it. Go ahead. Would love to hear from you. Take a guess at it. And you can win a prize here on the 6 screens. All right. So let me just come down here. Okay, boy, I'll tell you what, we got so many people dialing in here tonight. 50, 47, 10, 100, 50, 99, 18, 19, 14, 46. Well, I'll tell you, it is a witness. It is a witness year that was somewhat noticeable in the witness world. So I'll give you that. We get 1975, no, 53, no, 75, no, 50, 59, no. All right, come on, I'm looking for that year. 25, love wins. Protester, are you looking at my notes or what? I mean, protester wins again. Geez, you are picking us. So protester wins again. Protester, yeah, 25 of them are in that jar. You got it. So there you have it. Protester, you get 2 prizes. I'll send you 2 prizes. Just give me an email and get me your actual physical address, because I got different stuff here I'm sending out to people. All right. So, anyways, did you want to say something, Dick? A protester want to say something? Go ahead.
Yes, I said 25 for a couple of reasons. But
yeah.
Because we're doing Stay Alive until 2025.
There you go. Stay still alive till 2025. Yep.
I chose 25. Yes. So we'll see you at the assembly.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, there you have it. I'm gonna play a song, and the song is Little Saint Nick. Now, we had a program on here a couple of years ago. It was called Apostate's Got Talent, and we had a wonderful time on the program. And my cousin Gary Farron, well, he's a singer, he's a guitar player, and we had him on our program, Apostate's Got Talent, and boy, is he talented. He sounds just like the Beach Boys. So I'm going to put the program up. I'm going to put Gary, well, is singing the song. And the song, of course, is Little Saint Nick. It's a Christmas song. So let me get that up here right now so that we can get in there and let you hear it. Let me just make sure I got the right clip here. Just give me a second, and we'll get that done for you. Share my screen. And okay, and we do it right here. So let's play Gary Farron. This is my cousin singing Little Saint Nick. He's an ex-Jehovah's Witness, very talented man. And let's hear him say it. Let's share it now. Get rid of that. You got to talk like Johnny Carson. You got to talk like someone. You got to talk like someone from the Midwest, is what they told me. And then they said you'll be able to connect. But they said your
hang
accent
on,
is
hang
too
in.
harsh. It'll come across as too intrusive, But I can't change it. Yeah, I can't change it. But it's okay. But I'm doing what I wanted to do. I went to broad.
Park your car in Harvard Yard for me.
Technique is fantastic.
It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. Run, run, reindeer. Run, run, reindeer. Run, run, reindeer. Run, run, reindeer. Don't miss no one. And hauling through the snow at a frightening speed with a half a dozen deer and a mooney to lead. He's gotta wear his goggles cause the snow really flies. And he's cruising every path with a little surprise. It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. It's the little Saint Nick, little Saint Nick. Oh, Merry Christmas, Saint Nick. This time each year. Oh.
That's my cousin Gary Ferrin singing that song, and I have to tell you, he does a really good job. He sounds just like the Beach Boys. I'm just going to check my inbox here. If anyone would like to come on and be on our program with us tonight, send me your email. I'll send you a link, and you can come on live and be with us right here on live streaming. Maybe some people are a little hesitant to do that, but we would love to have you come on. All right, let's take a look and see what else we get going on here in our Christmas special. Boy, it's so nice to see so many people coming in. We really appreciate it. All right, so we're going to ask some questions here now. How much do you really know about Christmas? I mean, being one of Jehovah's Witnesses didn't help you much, did it? They didn't really want us to focus on Christmas at all. But let's just kind of go along here and see if you guys have some answers to this. Those on our radio network, you can also answer this. In the movie Home Alone, you remember that movie? How many siblings does Kevin, the star of the show, have? How many siblings does Home Alone Kevin have in that movie? Who would like to answer that question? And let's see who answers that. They're going to get a prize. How many siblings did Kevin have in that movie? All right. 333-273-3654. Hold on. Wait a minute. We got a winner here. Four. That would be Debbie Moore. Debbie Moore. My goodness, you won a prize, Debbie. Yeah, there were 4 siblings. There was Buzz, Megan, Lenny, and Jeff. So, Debbie, you got it. Send me your email. Send me your physical address. I got some prizes here. Some has to come physical as well. So send me that. And we get some nice books here. We'll give it away. So you're going to get some prize. So hang in there. That prize is on the way. All right. So let's go back. Let's answer some more Christmas. These are things we never really learned in the witness world, right? We didn't learn much about Christmas. But let's ask some more questions here. In which country? Now, do me a favor, folks. Don't go Googling this in. I just want to see how. I know we have a smart audience. But first of all, I know the people coming into the 6th grades. I know those guys are very smart. I get into other YouTube videos and the people commenting, and they're pretty smart too. But, man, we've got the cream of the crop here on the 6th grades. There's no doubt about it. All right, so here's the question. In which country did eggnog originate? In which country did eggnog originate? Who would like to answer that one? All right. Anyone want to take a guess at it? In which country did eggnog originate? Do you like eggnog? Oh, my goodness. A lot of people drink, this time of year, they buy eggnog. They mix a little rum with it. And, hey, it's pretty good tasting. So in which country? Okay, looks like Rich. Okay, let's go with Rich. It looks like Rich is the winner. Rich. It is the United Kingdom. Or at least England. It's England. So Rich, I think, was first. So Rich, why don't you send to JW World News. Give me your email address. Give me your physical address. I got a bunch of prizes here I'll send you, so you'll get something. Thank you, Rich. Is that the first time you ever won anything? Well, thank you for checking things out here on the 6 screens. So eggnog originated in England. All right. I mean, geez, you guys, I'll tell you what. I mean, you're really, really smart. I've always said we have a very smart group of people. All right. So what I want you to do next is, let me check one thing here first and just make sure. All right. Just give me a second. All right. Let me go back to this. I do have another question we do have to ask because we lost the. Well, I tried to get that. Okay. All right. Let's go with this. Let's go down and. Okay. What year do you like Mariah Carey? My goodness, she's a great singer, isn't she? And All I Want for Christmas. I'd play it, but YouTube gets on my case when I play music. But you know the song, Mariah Carey's biggest Christmas song going right now. Can you tell me what year did All I Want for Christmas make its debut? What year was that? You tell me. What year did Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas make its debut? What year was that? Does anyone have an idea? It's a great song. What year was it? Rich, you're right again. 1994. 1994. Mariah Carey. Rich, once again, give me your email. Give me a home address. You got something coming to you, buddy. Thank you very much. Always good to have. I love winners. I love to have people winning things here on the 6 screens. It's wonderful to see that happening. All right, so let's go down. Okay, let me just see what we got here. Got some more questions here. All right, see how good you guys are, and I think you're doing really good. What year did the Watchtower stop celebrating Christmas? What year did the Watchtower stop celebrating Christmas? All right. Well, Jimmy, 1994, I don't think so. 1926. 1926. I think that was Randy M. Yeah, 1926. Yeah, Randy, you got it. I think it's Randy. Yeah, Randy, what you want to do is send me an email. I think I have it anyway, but send it to me again in your physical address. I got a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to move out of the 6 screens mailroom here. Got a bunch of stuff kind of left over from the years. So I got gift cards, I got magnets, I got all kinds of stuff. So you'll get something in the mail. So Randy, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're right on the ball. Randy got it. All right. So there you have it. All right. So I think this is a pretty easy one. You know, we never really got to celebrate Christmas in the Watchtower, but this is a pretty easy one. What plant is sometimes known as the Christmas flower? What plant is sometimes known as the Christmas flower? So what is your answer? What is your answer? What Christmas plant is sometimes known as the Christmas flower? Okay, I'm trying to find the answer myself. For some reason, the answer got away from me. But I'm going to go with poinsettia. I'm going to go with sometimes they pronounce it poinsettia. I believe that's the answer. So I think it was Elaine. Was it Elaine that had it first? All right, Elaine. I think Christmas cactus. No. Okay. Who was first with the poinsettia? Clunky. I think Elaine, JW Escape. I think Elaine was first. Elaine, send me your address. Something's on the way. You get yourself a little Christmas gift here. So send me your address as well as your email, and we will send you the Christmas prize here. All right. So anyways, who sang White Christmas? Who sang White Christmas? I mean, that's an easy one. Who sang White Christmas? I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Who sang that song? Okay. All right. You don't know. That should be a no-brainer. Okay, I'll go with Bing. You know, I love that song, and I'll tell you what, I used to years ago. I mean, that song really, I don't know what it was, but it really, I mean, Bing Crosby, come on, he was really, really a good singer. But you know, I'll tell you, I used to sing that in the shower years ago when I was still a witness. You know, you know, you know, and I can remember that's one of the only songs I could sing it pretty good. I usually can't carry a tune, but I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, and I would sing that in the shower. And my former wife used to, were you singing that white Christmas song again? and we were still witnesses at the time. Geez, I'm just glad no elders ever heard me. Geez, I'd probably be disfellowship for it, you know. But I mean, it was a catchy tune. It was a catchy tune. Yeah. So, all right. So, who got that? Who got Bing? Who was the first with Bing? Someone help me here. Someone help me here. Boy, I tell you what. No, it wasn't Frank Sinatra. It was Crosby. It wasn't. Yeah. All right. All right. So I'm not. Well, anyways, I'm not sure who said Bing first. Could you just tell me who said Bing first? Somebody on there. All right. In fact, Randy says that he was caught whistling a Christmas song in the garden. Well, I think we all sang Christmas songs at one time or another, right? Oh, Debbie was first again. Debbie, no, you're not cheating, are you? I don't think you are. I don't think you are. Okay, Debbie, we'll go. We'll go with you. We'll go with you, Debbie. All right. So let me know. You got 2 prizes coming, Debbie. All right. Let's take a look here. Let's check some other thoughts out here. All right. Now, this is so easy. I mean, it's pathetic, but, you know, even being a witness and not celebrating the holidays or singing Christmas songs, maybe some people don't know this, but I think that you got to know the answer to this one. It's so easy. All right. So what kind of Christmas is Elvis going to have? What kind of Christmas is Elvis going to have? All right. What kind of Christmas? Blue, Stephen, yeah. Well, Stephen, you got it. He's going to have a blue Christmas. Dick, why is Elvis going to have a blue Christmas? I mean, yeah, you're on here with us. Why is he going to have a blue Christmas?
Because he missed his meeting at the Kingdom Hall.
well, generally speaking, I mean, you know, Elvis, he was a great singer. We all know that. But you know, a lot of songs, not only that Elvis did, but you know, there's always romance, right? I mean, a good song has romance in it. So Elvis was saying he's going to have a blue Christmas, and the reason is because, you know, his girlfriend probably broke up with him. So that's interesting. So, anyways, you know, these are things we can talk about. Well, we're ex-witnesses. There's no question about that. All right, so that should just about do it. I'm looking for Angela Clark. Angela Clark was going to come on with us tonight and sing a song. So we're looking for Angela to come on. Angela, you on there with us? Angela Clark. I do believe, let me just check and make sure I sent them the link because, boy, I'll tell you what, we're looking so forward to Angela coming on. She's going to sing that song for us, some Christmas songs, and it's going to be wonderful. So let me just make sure they got that link to Ephraim. Okay, well, let's hold on. Why didn't they get the link? Hold on 1 second. All right. Well, I'm going to send the link. I send the link through Facebook. Angela and Dan Clark, are you on there with us? Let me try to send the link to you again. They did get it from Facebook, from what I can see. Dan, okay, so we saw it. Dan, can you come on now? Can you hit that link? Are you listening in, Dan? Dan and Angela. Can you hit that link now and come on, Dan and Angela? Would love to have you come on the program and have you sing. Dan Clark, you on with us? Dan Clark and Angela. Well, sometimes we just have some snafus here that does happen, but I was hoping to have them come on. Let me just do this. Give me 1 second, folks, and I'm just going to get them in here. Angela's going to come on and sing some live. She had a Christmas show the other night. It was really wonderful, and she was singing some Christmas songs. So we'll see if we can't get her on with us here tonight. Let me just email them once again and see if we can't get them on here. Dan, I'm mailing to you once again the link to come on to the program. So if you could just get in there and check it out, link to 6 screens. I'm going to put it right here and send it off to you. So there you go. It's page okay. Dan Clark, you got the link. So if you're listening in, Dan, come on. We're looking forward to Angela tonight. She got the guitar. She's going to sing a little Christmas song by the fire. I think it'll be wonderful that could happen. So let me just see if Dan's on here with us. No, we don't. We don't see Dan on here with us. Okay. Well, we'll give him a few seconds and see if we can't get Dan on. But anyways, would anyone out there like to tell us? I mean, you guys, like me, well, I was a witness for 50 years. Maybe some of you folks weren't as long in the Watchtower as I was. But, the strangest thing is when you belong to an organization that constantly is telling you how bad Christmas is and how pagan Christmas is, and, you don't want to be any part of Christmas, don't have a tree, don't give gifts, don't do anything. I mean, this plays an adverse role in your life. I mean, you can't really get excited about Christmas. And then when you leave, and now all of a sudden, after 50 years, you didn't celebrate Christmas, now, it's very hard to get the engines fired up, so to speak. So, it creates an issue. I mean, I believe in Christmas. I believe in Jesus. I'm a Christian man. It's not that I don't want to get totally involved in it. There is an element of commercialism. But I like it. The season is nice. It gives people a chance to be together and families and what have you. But you just can't get fired up about it. Is there anybody that would like to speak a little bit about that? Have you been able to get fired up about Christmas after leaving the Watchtower? Go ahead and hit *6 and tell us, how do you feel about Christmas today? I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead, you're on with us. How do you feel today? Did you celebrate Christmas? Do you get a big tree? Do you give gifts to everybody? Now, what do you think? I mean, you guys must have some answer on that. I'm not sure how you feel about it, but I'm just telling you how I feel. I really can't get into it that big. So go ahead, you're on with it. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I became a Jehovah's Witness when I was 22 years old. Prior to that time, I had celebrated Christmases. And it was some of the most wonderful experiences I ever had in my whole life. The whole family getting together. You felt close to God, and you felt close to your family. It was a bonding time. It was a gift-giving time. I just absolutely loved Christmas. And my first year as a Jehovah's Witness, I really missed it. I missed everybody, sitting around the fireplace and telling stories. My grandfather would tell stories when he was a kid, what would happen at Christmas. And the underlining of it all was that Jesus came to earth to die for our sins. And that's why we're celebrating. So he didn't come, then our sins wouldn't have, we would have died in our own sins. I thought Christmas was just absolutely wonderful. Looked forward to it big time. And boy, did I miss it when I couldn't celebrate it any longer because I was a Jehovah's Witness. Thanks, Rick.
Well, there you go, Dick. Thank you. Well, that's interesting. I enjoyed that comment. I see where you're coming from. 714, go ahead. You're on with us. Go ahead.
Hi, Rick. It's Nadine.
Oh, yes, Nadine.
Hi. Yes, I celebrate Christmas now. I never did really. It took me the last couple of years to kind of, actually, like each year for 4 years, I would do a little bit more and do a little bit more, but wasn't really quite into it. But now I'm fully into it. And I have a little tree that's pretty cute. And I have ornaments on it. And I get presents for my family. And I really enjoy it. I really like it. And another thing, too, the founder, Charles Russell, he celebrated Christmas. So, I mean, aren't we supposed to do what the founder did, actually? Right?
Well, yeah.
Why was everything changed? Why was everything changed? That's crazy. And even the governing body, they even quote Charles Russell. They even had a little video. Stephen Lett did a little video with Charles Russell. So they praise him, and he celebrated Christmas. So once again, if it's good enough for Charles Russell, it's good enough for me. And so I'm just going back to the founder and what the founder is doing, what the founder did.
Well, good for you. I mean, I like that answer. That's a gold star answer. I like that. I like that. I also like.
Well, thank you.
I also like Randy. Randy's saying here on YouTube in the chat. He says that he loves. He says he celebrates Christmas because Santa had a beard. I mean,
That's right.
yeah, getting back to the, okay. Yeah.
But not only that, they celebrated Christmas in Bethel, and I could have swore I heard a video that the last Christmas was celebrated in 1929. Now, I know I heard tonight it was 26, but I've heard 29 a couple of times. That's why I put 29 in the answer. But, I mean, they celebrated in Bethel. And Charles Russell, the founder. How can you argue with what the founder did? Wasn't that Charles was, someone that Jehovah chose personally to make up this new religion, the Jehovah's Witnesses? I mean, they weren't called Jehovah's Witnesses then. They were Bible students. But that's something Jehovah did, right? So then why has it changed? Why has it changed so much?
Well, that's a good question, Nadine. It's the whole organization has changed so much. It's now not even the same organization that we belong to. It's just absolutely how can you be a witness and keep up with all of this? That's crazy. Thank you, Nadine.
Right. Welcome.
Go ahead, Apostle Babe. Your friend Nadine's on with us, Apostle Babe. Go ahead. Say hello to us.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Hi, Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hi, hon. I'm glad you just let yourself grow into Christmas on your own timing. Yeah, so it wasn't Charles Taze Russell that came up with the story about how God picked us. That was Rutherford. Rutherford is the one that made this organization of Theocracy after he got out of prison. And if it was 1926 when he stopped doing Christmas, that's like 10 years after he took over. But he's the one that just really shaped this organization to what it is today, including the no beers. So having the beers back is pretty awesome.
Right. So if the beers came back, then they should bring Christmas back and birthdays and everything else that Charles Russell did.
Yes. He was
they
such
should
a
just
grunge.
go back to the roots. Go back to the roots of Charles Russell, the founder.
He was such a grunge, he didn't even have music during the meetings. They didn't even get to do their kingdom melodies. The man was a grunge. I'm talking about this. Yeah, that's all I wanted to share.
Well, thank you, Apostle Babe. Thank you very much. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you're on with us.
Hi, Rick. I want to say I've been out for about 11 years now. The very first year that I celebrated Christmas, I was at my in-laws and we were coming back home and got into an accident. Me and my husband. Now my husband's not a witness; he never was, but he has family that's been witnesses and stuff. We got in an accident. I'm up there. I was like, this is God punishing me for so. And then my husband had to remind me. Now, my sister that was a staunch witness, she's actually out now. She was a staunch witness, and she used to get into these accidents. We used to call her Mrs. Glass. And she always get into these accidents, and she was a witness. And he was like, now, you got into one accident, and you think that this is God bash you or something. It was so traumatizing. It's funny at the same time. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I definitely celebrate Christmas. I love it. Love it.
Well, good for you, sister. Now the thing is, in fact, I really like your thought there because you got my mind churning here. When you said you felt like when you got in the accident that God was kind of like upset with you because you celebrated Christmas. That is, that's how we felt, didn't we? When we were Jehovah's Witnesses, if something happened because we did something wrong, we felt like Jehovah was retaliating. What a terrible position that would be to be put in. Well, thank you for sharing that story. Thank you.
Hi, hello.
Yes, you're on with us, Montreal, Canada. Go ahead.
Hi, Rick. Yeah, it's Annie from Montreal. First of all, I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone
Thank you.
and a Happy New Year.
Thank you, Annie.
I just wanted to say, here's a question. I mean, it's a matter of opinion, but just wondering, what is worse for someone who was like born into the religion, Jehovah's Witnesses, and never knew Christmas, or someone who used to celebrate Christmas and then all of a sudden would not be able to because they joined the Jehovah's Witnesses. And that was my story. My mother joined the Witnesses when we came to Canada, and we had always celebrated in Germany before we came to Canada. And from one day to the next, and I was only 11 years old, so I can tell you that was a big shock. From one day to the next, you're not allowed to celebrate Christmas and all the other holidays too. So I was just wondering how some people felt about that. What is worse, being like a convert and then all of a sudden you don't celebrate anymore, or someone who's born into it and that's all they ever knew. I mean, it's not fun either way. I'm just saying that in my case, it was a horrible shock. And I was a kid, so I had no choice. But yeah, that's it. And as far as Christmas is concerned, well, Germany, I guess it's very big on Christmas. And we used to always celebrate it with a real tree and candles. Well, and my grandfather stayed with the candles and everything. So it was always very, very beautiful. And now, well, I believe, I consider myself Christian, and I celebrate Christmas because I believe in Jesus and his birth and so on. So that's really all I wanted to say. So,
Well, thank you.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Well, thank you, Annie. And Merry Christmas to you, too. No, I'm glad you shared that with us. There's certain ambiance. And I'll even have to say that. I live up here in New England. Of course, you live up there in Quebec. And, there's a lot of snow. And here in New England, it's like Curry and Ives and the sleighs and the snow and the fireplaces and all of that, the balsam smell. There's something about it. It really is a pleasant time of year. And the Witnesses stole that from us. Being with family and smelling the wood stove and the fireplace and sitting around with your family members and having a good meal. And that is one of the joys of life. That is one of the biggest accoutrements, one of the biggest joys. But the Watchtower tries to steal it from us, Annie. You have so many good memories, don't you, Annie?
Exactly. And the spirit of giving is also in there, which is something that they unfortunately don't know much about, is giving, and well, anyway, I could go on, but yeah, I think Christmas is wonderful, and I would say it in German, Frohe Weihnachten, Merry Christmas to all.
Well, thank you, Annie. No, well, Annie's making a good comments here. Really, there's something about it. Everyone, I've even noticed, I was out driving around today, and, normally you let people go if you're driving and you let someone come out of a street, many times they don't even say thank you or give you a wave or anything. But today I noticed everyone was. Well, what is it about the Christmas spirit? People seem to get a little better around this time of year. And I think it's a good thing. It doesn't last long.
That's right. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone seems to be, well, let's be nice to our fellow man. There's just something about it. It's just it's a nice time of year. We missed out a lot on it. But, Debbie Moore's right in here. She loves the lights. I mean, really, you drive around the neighborhood and you see the people. I mean, some of these people, they put up expensive lights in the yard. I can't believe it. These big blow-up Santa Clauses and reindeer. They go way out and they don't put that up for their own entertainment. They put that up for they put that up for people that are going by, and they're doing something for other people by putting those lights up. So it's an amazing time of year. I really do think it's something that we really missed out a lot of by being Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, we do have Angela and Dan Clark. They got the fireplace lit. Angela's going to come on and sing some songs for us. So let me bring them in right now and see if they're just about ready. I'm going to add them to the stage. Hello, Angela and Dan. Boy, look at that picture. Look at that beautiful is Dan. Look at the beautiful Christmas decorations. Look at boy, look at that. They got the poinsettias. They got the fireplace lit. We're going to have Angela come on. She's going to sing some songs for us. So we're looking forward to that. Hello, Dan.
Hey, Rick. How you guys doing?
Well, we're all doing good. My goodness, you have got quite the Christmas spread there.
Oh, good. Yeah, Angela's getting ready. She's almost ready. Probably
well,
5
no,
minutes.
tell her to take her time, Dan. But in the meantime, I just want you to share a couple of thoughts with us. I've been asking the audience here tonight about Christmas and how we really missed out on it being Jehovah's Witnesses. But do you and Angela get really deep into it now, or is it kind of some sad feelings left over from the Watchtower?
No, we get into it, Rick. Me and Angela were talking about it today, and we figure like this. Most of what we do, we put up a tree and do the Christmas thing. But the main thing is we have family over, and we figure we're kind of getting back what the locals have eaten. I mean, we have had 40 years of no celebration at all, no birthdays, no nothing, only anniversaries. And so we look at it like, hey, when we get together, it's friends, it's love, we got a guy coming in tonight. He's flying in, and he's going to stay with us for 5 days. And his name's Quinn, and he's never had a Christmas. And he goes, oh my God, I'm so worried. And what we know is what he's going to experience is love. He's going to experience love from everybody. He's going to see the Christmas tree. Nobody's bowing down to it. He's going to see the light bulbs aren't going to reach out and grab them. And so we're excited for him to just experience beauty and lovingness. And we really are excited because that was the big spell that we were under. We were like, that's all pagan. Of course, everything was pagan. And honestly, Rick, January, February, March, April, all the months are pagan. The days of the week are pagan. Monday to roses used to be pagan. Everything's pagan. And so we're excited for him to see beyond that veil, to come into our house, feel the love, feel the joy, feel all the cooking that we did for other people, all the serving that we did for other people. It wasn't about us. And yet we're creating a space where it's just beautiful and loving and hugging, the shit we didn't get for years. It's really sad. So we rejoice at this time. We love the lights. It's a dark time of year. So when they put the lights up, it feels warm, it feels good, and they're beautiful. And so we can't wait for our guest to get here. He's going to come in at midnight. And he said, just so you know, Dan, I've never had a Christmas. I don't know what to expect. He said, I don't know how to communicate with people. He said, I'm really dysfunctional because I've only functioned within a group, which is Jehovah's Witnesses. And so we're just so excited for him to see through the veil, Rick. And we've seen through the veil a lot of years, and we've experienced the beauty of it. And we feel like, hey, we're going to celebrate. We're celebrating each other, Rick. We're not celebrating any kind of goddess or anything like that, like Watchtower says, the sun goddess, Saturnalia, and all that crap. We're celebrating each other. We really are. My ex will be here. My ex's ex-husband will be here. My ex-mother-in-law will be here. Her sister will be here. And her child will be here. Both of my daughters will be here. Plus, we do our Christmas kind of on a Skype thing where everybody can see it. We're going to be Skyping New England for my daughter's boyfriend. She's leaving right after this to go out there and maybe get married. My daughter, Ireland. So we're going to be Skyping it in. And what it does, Rick, is just magnifies all the love that we have for each other. Nothing pagan. And we owe it to ourselves, and we deserve it. And it's sad it's only a couple of times a year. But here's the thing, Rick. and guys, it's one time a year where we wouldn't get together otherwise. What does it take for us to get together? You know, I'm tired of getting together as the witnesses for funerals, right?
Right.
And things like that. So here you put some fancy little tree up, you make some cakes, and you serve a wonderful meal. People get to take home food, you exchange a few things. Everybody loves a gift. Even when I was a witness, I loved a gift. I loved it when someone gave me a gift. I'd tell them no, but then I would receive it. And somehow it melted my heart. And Angela and I both, Rick and guys, are out of cults because someone showed us love. So we have a special gift for Quinn. We got some gifts for you guys out there. We're going to give away a couple of books, 2 of my eyewitness books, and Angela's going to give away 2 of her CDs, right?
I was going to give away 1 book and 1 CD.
1 book and 1 of her CDs. So she's got a book called Awakening from Unconscious Resentment and her CD. And we're going to give away 2 books to anyone who you suggest out there. But anyway, I just wanted to share that. It's wonderful. Do you want to say anything, Angela? Let me let Angela talk, Rick.
Yeah, because, you know, to me, Christmas is all about love. And I've shared this before, but my mother-in-law, she knew I didn't keep Christmas, but I ruined 2 Christmases in a row. And at the end of the second one, she said, Angela, come here in the bathroom for a minute. So I went in and I thought, oh, this is curious. And she took down a bottle of Charlie perfume and said, here you go, honey. We just want you to know we love you. And we're so glad you're in our family. And she meant it. And I'm like, what the heck? This is crazy. And so I said to myself, what is this? I've never seen such a thing where I didn't deserve that. Definitely not. And then all of a sudden this thought came in my mind. This is the love of God. And I thought, yeah, that's what it is. It's the love of God. And I just put it away in my heart because I'd never seen such a thing. Unconditional love, not in my family. So, and not in my church. No way. You're conditionally loved and upon performance. And so that was really an eye-opener for me. And you know what? I realized that really what Christmas is all about is love. So I love to love everybody. I just love it because I couldn't all those years. So I felt like God wanted me just to give gifts of cooking, just baking. So I gave lots of gifts of baking to everyone and just loved on them. And to me, that's what Christmas is all about. It's love. It's God is all about love. Christ is all about love. To me, Christmas is all about love. And that is what Dan and I do. We love on everybody and we just have a really good time. And just the best time we can to spoil everybody whenever we possibly can. So anyway, that's what I got to say about that. And I bet here's some Christmas.
Well, right? Angela, I'll tell you, I'm really impressed. I mean, I wasn't totally in the Christmas spirit until you guys came on.
Yay! Yay!
Well, good, Rick. Hey, Rick, tell us if you can hear better with the microphone here or the way we're talking right now. Okay,
so
I'm just going to plug it in. That's all.
Okay.
How do you?
Can you hear us? Is that better?
Great. Just play a few chords.
I'll play this. Does that sound good? The music, is that a good sound?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Is it better like this here?
Let me hear it like it is right there. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Play it like that, Angela.
I think it. And I'll try it the other way.
Okay. All right. Hold on.
I go back to the first way was better.
Okay. All right. Let me move this out.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. No, it's good. It's been very good. It was very good. Both were good, but the first way was a little better. Yeah, a little better. So we're looking forward.
Can you see her okay?
Yeah, no, she's looking really good. She's looking really, really good. What I like about Angela, Dan, she has a lot of enthusiasm. And she's a positive-minded girl, and that is an amazing thing. She loves God. She loves people. You can just tell. And she wants to come on here tonight and sing some songs for us. What songs are you going to sing, Angela?
Well, I'm going to sing "Oh Holy Night," and then because on my Christmas album I did this song, "I Want to Know What Love Is," and because to me, a lot of us don't really want to hear maybe Christmas songs. We're still trying to get out of the Jehovah's Witnesses or me worldwide, and so we want to hear some not so Christmassy ones. So then I'm doing Jingle Bells that has no Christmas in it at all. and then Silent Night, which I'll end with. Does that sound good to you?
That sounds good to me. Now, if there is an issue, I'll come in when you first come and I'll let you know. But I think everything's going to go good. But if there is an issue with sound, I'll come right and tell you. But I think everything's going to be fine. So go ahead, let's do it. I'm looking forward to it. Let's do it.
Sounds good. Sounds good, Rick. All right. Oh, Holy Night's first. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of the dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary soul rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night, holy night, oh, night, oh, night divine. Led by the light, a face serenely beaming, with growing heart, by his cradle we stand. O'er the world, a star is sweetly gleaming. Now come the wise men from out of the Orient land. The King of Kings lay thus in lowly manger, in all our trials, born to be our friend. He knows our need, our weakness is no stranger. Behold your King before him lowly bend. Oh, night, oh, holy night, oh, night, oh, night divine. Truly he taught us to love one another. His law is love, and his gospel is peace. Chains he shall break, for the slave is our brother, and in his name all oppression shall cease. Sweet hymns of joy in grateful chorus raise we, with all our hearts we praise his holy name. Christ is the Lord. Then ever praise we his power and glory, evermore, evermore proclaim. Oh, night, oh, holy night, oh, night, oh, night divine. Oh, night, oh, holy night, oh, you.
Very, very good, Angela. I mean, really, people, I'm getting really good comments here. I'm looking in the chat, and
Good.
you're doing really good, Angela. That's a marvelous song. You did really fine. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do for us next?
So I want to know what love is, okay?
All right.
Okay, wait. Well, Ireland and our daughter wants to say hello real super quick so you can see Dan's daughter, Ireland. And she's beautiful.
She's getting married.
Isn't she beautiful?
Hello,
She's getting
hello,
married.
Ireland.
Hi, Rick. How are you?
Well, I'm doing good. Well, you got amazing parents there. I'll tell you that. I mean,
I know, right? An angel, real life angel.
I'm her angel.
well,
Yes,
well,
angel mom.
well, you're a beautiful young lady, and you have got a beautiful family. You've been blessed, Ireland. You've been blessed.
Yes, and we've been blessed to have Ireland.
Oh yeah,
And
she's
her
getting
new
married, Rick.
boyfriend.
She's getting married. She's leaving.
Well,
She'll be in the London Tuesday or something.
Yes.
Oh, you said something about New England there earlier, Dan. What's going on in New England?
No, not New England.
That's
no.
where her
Tell her
boyfriend's
where at.
parents live.
Yeah, Newcastle, northern England.
Oh,
Across
it's in
the ocean.
Oh, I was thinking up here in New England. My goodness gracious. Well, Ireland is so nice to see you. Thank you for coming on. Thank you.
Have a good night. Merry Christmas.
Oh, there you go. My goodness, that's wonderful. Dan, that was a wonderful thing. You got a beautiful girl there.
Thanks.
All
Yeah.
right. All right. So now, okay, so we're going to go back to singing. I mean, if people like this, Angela, it's really putting us in the mood here tonight.
Okay, Rick, I really am.
All right, go ahead. Yep.
I want to know what love is by Foreigner, okay?
Oh,
That's what it is. It's love, right?
Yeah.
I've gotta take a little time to think things over. I better read between the lines in case I need it when I'm older. Now this mountain I must climb feels like the world upon my shoulders. Through the clouds I see love shine. It keeps me warm when life grows colder. In my life, it's been heartache and pain. I don't know. Oh, I know it's wrong, guys. You know what? I just realized I have it on the capo on my guitar. I'm like, what in the world? I'm singing it way too high. It's this capo that changes the key, and I can't sing it that high, guys. I got to do it back to the right key. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I've got to take a little time to think things over. I better read between the lines in case I need it when I'm older. Now this mountain I must climb feels like the world upon my shoulders. Through the clouds I see love shine. It keeps me warm as life grows colder. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna feel what love is. I know you can show me. Oh. gonna take a little time to look around me. I've got nowhere left to hide. It looks like love has finally found me. In my life, there's been heartache and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life. I wanna know what love is. I want you to show me. I wanna feel what love is. I know you can show me. Oh.
Okay, that's that one. I'm sorry it wasn't perfect, but I hope you guys are still there. Uh-oh. Oh, dear.
Good, very good, Angela. My goodness gracious, it's sounding good. We got a lot of people listening in tonight. It's wonderful.
Thank you, Rick. Yeah, I've had a cold, and so my voice is not it's giving me a little bit of fits, but hey, it's hanging in there, and I'm getting through it.
Well, I give you credit. I give you credit. It's not easy singing. That's a hard thing to do and sing in front of people. But you're doing wonderful. So we got another song coming up, do we?
Honestly, I had a cold, so it kind of like messes with your vocal cords,
You want to take a little break and then come back? It's okay.
Yeah, just gave me some water, so I think I'm gonna be okay.
All right.
Okay, so we got Jingle Bells now, guys. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha ha ha! Bells and bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing in a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Soonie Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. We ran into a drifted bank, and there we got upshot. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, the story I must tell. I went out on the snow, and on my back I fell. A gent was riding by his one-horse open sleigh. He laughed at me as I lay there, but quickly drove away. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Now the ground is white, go it while you're young. Take the girls along and sing the sleighing song. Just get a bobtail bay, 240 as your speed. Hitch him to an open sleigh and crack, you'll take the lead. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
Well, Well, that was just amazing, Angela. Boy, I'll tell you, you got where would you learn your musical skills? I mean, did you take music up in high school or?
Yeah, in junior high, I got to learn how to play guitar when I was in ninth grade, and I loved it ever since. So, and I bought
Well,
myself
well, I think that's an amazing thing, Angela. That can make your life so much more rewarding. My goodness, people are really enjoying this on the six screens tonight. Thank you. So we do have one other song you're gonna do for
yeah,
us.
one more Silent Night. So maybe everybody can sing with me. Hold on. Just give myself a chance, right? So when at least I remember
Well, you take a break now. Take a little break if you have to. Don't you worry. Yeah.
that. So Silent Night, and that's on the fourth fret. At least I learned to do the fret this time. You know how it is. You get nervous. And that one song, you're like, oopsie, forgot to put the fret thing on there. So you see how that little thing right there on my guitar, it's a black thing.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so that's what changes the key, so I can sing the song, because sometimes they're too, high, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes they're too high or too low, so you can change the key by putting this little thing on there. So it's kind of cool.
Well, there you go. You got it down pat. You got it
Yeah,
down pat.
So I bought my first guitar when I was 16. That's how much I loved music so much, and so I saved all summer long, and I bought myself a Martin 12-string guitar. And I meant to get a 6-string, but the guy had a Martin 12-string, so I'm like, well, that sounds even more full and beautiful. So I bought it. But now this is a Taylor 6-string that Dan bought me. So anyway, I like it a whole lot. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah, Christ the Savior is born, Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
Well, that was very beautiful, Angela. I'll tell you what, it really was nice. What would you like to say?
Yes, thank you. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. And, I love that song because, it's like I was singing that song, what was it, the other day? And I realized, was it Little Town of Bethlehem? Go tell it on a mountain. Yeah. And all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, The Lord is telling the angels, go tell it on a mountain that Jesus Christ was born. It was God who was saying that. And I always thought it was just Christians saying, go tell it on a mountain that Jesus was born. No, it was God saying, go angels, tell the world. And so God was celebrating, telling the angels to go forth. And I just got goosebumps. I have them right now because I realized if God celebrated that night, why shouldn't we? And anyway, it's just very exciting, and so I think it's a special time. And so anyway, thanks for letting me serenade you, and I hope that you sang along with me. And I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. Dan and I both do.
Yep, Merry
we
Christmas.
Love you very much, and thanks for joining us.
Yep,
tonight.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Well, you gave people on here tonight some goosebumps as well. Well, listen, you get to be with your relatives and friends, and boy, you got quite a thing going there for Christmas. Thank you, Dan and Angela, for coming on. Appreciate it. Good night. Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it. All righty, there you go. Oh my goodness gracious! When you stop and think about it, what a wonderful couple they are. You're on the Six Screens Telenetwork. Did you want to say something here tonight? If you do, just hit *6. You're listening into the program tonight, *6. Angela and Dan, you guys have a Merry Christmas. Keep waving that flag of victory. All right, so there goes Angela and Dan Clark. Wow, what an amazing program. Friends, you are on JW World News, our Christmas special. Boy, I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of fun here tonight. Joe and Fran Garino will not be coming on tonight. They will not be coming on tonight. They'll be back on in 2 weeks. But we are so happy that we've had a great program here tonight. We got a lot of people won some prizes, and we wish you all a Merry Christmas. We wish that this can be one of the best Christmases you've ever had since you've started celebrating them. So I think it's amazing that many of us who left the Watchtower were starting to get into the Christmas spirit. And I want you guys to know that we all love you. We wish you the best for the holidays. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Well, not 2 weeks, but in 1 week. We'll be back next Saturday night, beginning at 5:45 with Touch by the Tentacles of the Watchtower with Anne Marie. She'll be on with us, and we'll have our New Year's special. We're going to talk about the top stories in the Watchtower for the year 2023. So I think you'll find that very, very interesting. That'll be next Saturday night. Folks, I thank you very much for wanting to come in and be with us tonight. Thank you. Keep waving that flag of victory. Don't you ever give in, up, or out. And we thank you for the blessings that you have given to us here for this year. It's a blessing to have you come in and talk and speak up. And it's really helping so many ex-witnesses to come to grips with the trek out of the Watchtower. It's helping witnesses that are kind of leaving right now. So keep it up. Don't you ever give in, up, or out. Keep waving that flag of victory. We'll see you next Saturday night at 5:45. Thank you very much.